Hey y'all, we're out here doing a little rockhounding again in the Eureka area. Today is July 19th, 2025. Listening to a little bit of the Judds. Got my big dog Beam here, and we're just moving down this road. Let's go see what we can find. Well, we've turned off the main road. I'm gonna get into this little crack here, kick it into four-wheel drive. This is probably a four-wheel drive territory. And you probably want a truck or something with some good ground clearance where we're going. But we're headed for these cinder cones that we found. Cinder cones generally produce some pretty good agate and sometimes diamonds. Yeah, that's right, diamonds. That's the spirit move, you baby. Well, we're out here doing this rockhounding. It just rained over the last couple of days. We had a fair amount of rain. Rain always uncovers things so you can see them a little bit better. Sometimes it washes things, moves things. You know, you get a good snowstorm in Utah every year and get new rocks. But I got my good buddy Beamy, you ready? That's my big Weimaraner back there. He's my hound, kind of a big rock hound. And he helps me dig every now and again. But one of the things I look for in these areas is different colors of dirt coming out of these mountains. If it's all the same, a lot of times it's just chert, we call it. Or that's what my wife learned it was, chert, that's just another old rock. But what I find up here is a lot of different colors. I get red, white, purple, dark yellow. And we're always out here looking for blue, green, and red stones. Preferably transparent, or a little bit transparent, kind of more like the agate. But we find a lot of jasper and occasionally some grape clusters. Let's go see what we find today. Well guys, we're at this spot. Once again, I'm Michael Troy Richardson. This is my dog Beam. He's a giant Weimaraner. I'm company owner of Momentum Engineering. It's a Zip Safe LLC, DBA at this current time. But right out there is where the Chosen, well, the Chosen is actually this way, but that's where they're filming it. But that mountain out there, it's called Mount Nebo. You can see it. It's about 14,000 plus. You can see that the tree line stops, and a lot of trees don't grow above 14,000, at least in this area. But yeah, I'm Troy Richardson. Got my trusty hat on here, keep the sun down, and we're gonna go see what we can find. I always bring a couple of packs. I always bring extra water, some extra water for my dog, my cell phone, and a nice little 6-shooter. And that's for just in case, you know, something happens, I can at least shoot off 3 shots, you know, if I get stuck, and you know, that's usually a warning sign or you know, it's distress sign out in the mountains if you hear 3 shots. So let's go see what we find. Oh, the nice thing about being up here where I'm at right now is it's about 10 degrees cooler. It's probably 85 or less. Nice breeze, a little bit overcast. Like I said, we're looking kind of southeast, not much. This is more east, and that's Mount Nebo. And over across a couple of mountains here is where they shot the Chosen. And I love the Chosen. Anything that leads me to him, or Jesus Christ, is powerful. And hopefully you find him. I find him in the mountains. I come up here with my dog, go for a little hike, and I find him. And I see what he's created for me. Let's go see what we find today. This is that chert I was talking about. But just to give you a little hint, we got plenty of water, we've got gloves, got some good hiking boots, full length pants, because you don't want to come out here in shorts. And you always want to maybe throw in a rain jacket, just something you can put in your pack that's lightweight, just in case, because you never know. Well, we're going to keep climbing this mountain. Out. So the flowers have disappeared, but this is quite pretty. This kind of a mossy stuff here. Been seeing that. And since I was on the ground, because I slipped. You gotta watch your footing. Thought I'd take a little video while it's down here. But we're looking almost north at this point. But let's go see what we find. Boy, taking that out of the way wasn't too productive. All I'm seeing is chert. And chert is pretty soft rock. A lot of it. You see it all out there. I've scoured some of these areas in these other mountains. And it's about the same as what we're seeing here. A lot of chert. But we're going to find the good stuff, which sometimes I think it is petrified wood. Let's go find it. The thing I found with this Eureka area is you'll walk all the way around this, and I walked all the way around. It was nothing but chert. But now we're finding some stuff in this grayer rock that is good. And let's go see what we can find. See, we're already starting to find some decent stuff. Specimens. These are kind of an agate mix. Probably petrified wood, but it's almost purple. Another piece here, it's kind of red. Once again, this is hard stuff. It's probably on a 8 mole scale, 7, 8. But we're going to work our way up this, since we've got a little vein here that we found, and see what we find. Here's some more of it, some smaller stuff. This is kind of what I'm looking for. This is what they call a vug, and you spell vug V-U-G-H. Look at that little crystal right there. I'm going to break that open, but there's almost a grape cluster in there, inside that. But that's what we're looking for. That big piece I just showed you, I went ahead and broke it. Look at this beautiful little thing inside there. I don't know if you see that okay. So it zooms right in on that, but this is that little piece I was showing you. It's kind of a transparent clear, but that's really cool down in there. Wished it was bigger. So I just found this piece here. You can tell it's transparent. There's this white line in there. And granted, this is a little dirty, but if I was to slice that, you could really see into that. And it kind of goes all the way through. Kind of a unique piece. I think I'm taking that one home. Yeah, this is a nice little outcropping of that wood I've talked about a little bit. That piece over there, that brown piece over there just below my dog now, in between me and him, that almost looks like a piece of wood right there. But you look at this stuff, and it's hard, and it's heavy. This piece, I always like green stuff, but that's a good piece right there. So I'm going to take some stuff off and kind of glean this area without a backpack on me, and just kind of make a little pile right here. See what I can find, because there's some good stuff here. Like I said, I've got my water, and a couple good rocks here. And look, this is just kind of a nice little colored patch here. Goes all the way down. The vein kind of runs all the way down through here. Wanted to see what this looked like. Oh, that's kind of cool. I wonder if that'll break apart. Try that again. Part of it broke. See what we got here. Ooh, that was a little cavity right there. Let's see. There we go. See what we got inside that. Interesting. Not quite what we're looking for, but depends on what you're looking for. It's a nice little bug here. V-U-G-H. Ooh, there's a little crystalline right in there. But it is hard stuff. You can tell because it's waxy feeling. If you feel that with what with your bare hands, this stuff literally feels like wax. If you were to close your eyes and try to determine if it feels like wax.